Hey guys, welcome to Mikey's Video Game Madness. Today we're playing the History Channel's Battle for the Pacific, which is apparently a World War II first-person shooter on the PlayStation 3 that takes place on the Pacific front. That's pretty much all I know. This is the first time that I've ever played this game. I just really, to be honest with you, I put it in to make sure like all the updates and everything were loaded. It didn't have any updates. I don't think this game was supported. It's a budget title, I'm guessing. It's actually, I might have seen this game before, but I don't remember. I've seen a couple of History Channel titles. Usually they cover the Civil War, which I think is odd to make a first-person shooter out of, because I think that would be better off as a strategy game, although Call of Juarez actually did a pretty good job. I think it was Bound in Blood. There was some fun Civil War levels, but I mean, for the most part, you have like muskets and stuff. I think it's better off a strategy game. So I saw this and I don't know. I have a thing for World War II shooters. I never got sick of them. I know a lot of people did, and I guess more people did than didn't because they quit making them for quite some time. And every once in a while, one trickles in. This is an old PlayStation title. It doesn't even support trophies, but I haven't seen it. It was cheap. I figured to give it a shot. I haven't heard anything about this game. I'm probably expecting more bad than good, but I mean, sometimes I'm pleasantly surprised. But I mean, the History Channel games that I have seen people talk about haven't been well received, but this is the first time I've actually played a History Channel game, and I'm pretty open-minded. Let's look at the controls. Already something negative. I can't customize my controls. I think it's bullshit, and it doesn't have that configuration that most first-person shooters do. I'd say it's because it's an early game, but I think even by the time the PlayStation 3 first came out, that Call of Duty and Battlefield-like control scheme was pretty much already established. Because I think Call of Duty 3 was actually a launch title for the PlayStation 3, and Call of Duty 2 obviously was out for quite some time on the Xbox 360, because Xbox 360 came out a year or two before the PlayStation 3. But whatever. I don't know what the sensitivity is of the aiming. So I'll leave that alone. Motion sensor function. You could tell it's somewhat of an old game. Most newer games don't support that whatsoever. The 6-axis on the PlayStation 3 controller, the DualShock 3, are the 6-axis controllers, which the original was called. They didn't have vibration feedback because Sony got sued for a while for the vibration or the feedback until they paid off the company that invented it, and that's why the DualShock 3 came out. But the motion controls on the DualShock 4 are actually decent, but I'm sure you just want to see me play this game. By the way, if I didn't say it, welcome to Mikey's Video Game Madness. I got wrapped up in hearing myself talk. Another thing I'm going to knock this game for, I'll double check just to look. I don't see subtitles. I'm really picky about that. I've had people in my family that are hard of hearing, so I know what a challenge it could be, and I think that's another thing beside having the ability to customize your controls unless it's a super complicated game. I think every game should support subtitles. I mean, that's like a handicap thing. And another thing I think games should support for people like me are colorblind modes. I would love it if you... Some games actually do it, but it's very rare. I think Quake 4 I actually think did it, where you actually could customize the color, your aiming, reticule, and I think Battlefield and Call of Duty have a colorblind mode too, which really helps people like me. So those are two things I think, actually three things I think that should be standard in a game. Subtitles, that should be the most important. And then custom controls and a colorblind mode. And specifically a colorblind mode that you can actually customize, because not everybody has the same kind of color blindness. Some people have trouble seeing blue, some people have trouble seeing red, green, etc. So, as much as I know you guys want to see the menu screen, let's get started. I imagine this is probably going to have some redeeming educational shit going on for it. You know, I didn't even know it was a first-person shooter until I opened up the instruction manual. Let me turn the sound down. It is loud. I'm so professional with being prepared and all. Nice little Japanese and American flag border. I'm drinking a soda right now, just to warn you, I might sound gross. I apologize. It's part of my charm. What can I say? I'll try not to burp into the microphone. I'm just forewarning you, just in case it happens by accident.
That did not require their intervention. However, on December 7, 1941, the United States found out that Japan would not be satisfied to leave them alone.
You know, you can watch the History Channel or watch YouTube if you want to learn more about the war. I just want to see how the game is. But it's nice that the educational, information is there. Unfortunately, the subtitles, controller customization, and a colorblind mode is not. The graphics are fairly decent for what I would consider a budget title. I think it was. The controls seem pretty nice, responsive. So far, that's impressive. The textures leave a little bit to be desired, but I mean, it runs pretty good. Bloom lighting, that looks nice. I don't like having to use the triggers. I don't like the control scheme. Since I'm using the M1 Garand or the Garand, depending on who you are. I don't know what the weapon change button is, unless this is the only thing. I really like the M1 gun, and they have those shitty rifles. I have to spend all my 8 bullets in order to reload. That's pretty common. I noticed in newer World War II games that you actually can reload the M1, but most games you can't. Well, earlier games anyway. This controls actually quite well. Wasn't expecting that at all. I was expecting this to be a disaster.
Move your ass! Go!
Wonder what engine this runs on. I guess you could look it up on Wikipedia. Wikipedia even has this game covered on the page. Screenshots on the back of the case looked really good. It didn't show any of the actual in-game screenshots though. They're all like from the third person or just scenes in the game, like cutscenes. It almost looked like. The auto lock seems pretty decent and controls quite well. I am quite surprised by that. I figured I'd have to tinker around with the sensitivity. Excuse me. I guess I gotta talk to him and not shoot him. Red probably wouldn't be the color you want to put on an ally, but whatever. It's an interesting cord. I wonder if he realizes somebody cut the cables. Apparently it works by remote. It's not looking like it's attached. What's the run button? Can I look at my controls again? Already forgot what they are. Interact, melee. It doesn't look like. Is there a run button? Doesn't appear to be. I didn't change anything, but okay. That's weird. Yeah, the textures do leave a little left to be desired for a PlayStation. I'm guessing this is on the Xbox 360 for a PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 game. Played the Xbox 360, but I can't imagine the textures on the PlayStation 3 being this low res and being high res on the Xbox 360. That's a little bit overboard. The Tommy gun sounds unique in this game. I don't want their crappy rifles. So L1 changes the ammunition, the guns. I was about to say ammunition for some weird reason. And you push in the stick, well, you know the control scheme. You saw it on the screen. What am I telling you this shit for? Oh, it was melee attack. What are my orders? I thought I was supposed to follow those dickheads. Load last checkpoint. Giving this game praise, and then it does me wrong like that. My melee attack is the circle button, which is weird, but Shell Shock 2 actually had that too. It's just not used to it, I guess. There's no run button. That's so weird for this type of game. Oh, those are Japanese. Those aren't my guys. I kind of feel stupid now. Just ran right into them. Whatever. What are you planning on to do? Please think of something. Maybe if I hit him, I don't know. I have to. He's supposed to lead the way, but I gotta lead the way. So weird. It's not gonna do me any good. Shit. I'm gonna take fault for that. I don't know how I couldn't, but you know, it's whatever. I'm really surprised by, beside my gripes that I have with this game, it does seem pretty decently high quality. Even if it's repetitive, I mean, it's nice. Shit. Follow my orders. I'm gonna use this gun for right now because I actually can reload it. Hey guys. Apparently the gravity is low in this game because it looked like they were falling down a little bit slower than you would in real life. Okay. Beside the extra texture detail, I mean the lack of texture detail, the models themselves are decent enough. Let me guess, hop on the machine gun, right? Yep. You played enough of these, you kind of know how it goes. I'm pushing triangle though. Back up. That was a little bit clunky how I had to activate the machine gun. That's okay. On the game Medal of Honor Pacific Assault, and I think they even did it on Call of Duty World at War, you were actually on the opposite side of this where you're climbing up the beaches, but I didn't pay attention to where I'm even at, so I could be completely wrong, but the terrain looks similar. But I mean, a lot of these battles in this particular front of the war were fought in similar looking areas, so I really can't comment because I didn't pay attention. I skipped it. Alright, let's go. Yeah, definitely surprised by the quality of this game. I'm glad I got this game so far. Watch, it's going to do something really horrible and make me eat my words during the video, and then I'll look like a complete fool Well, it's part of the learning process, right? I kind of miss the blood from other games. Just saying. I used to love the original Medal of Honor games, and they didn't have any blood in them, so I guess I'll live, as long as the gameplay's good. But it kind of takes away from the grittiness of what was a pretty, well, all wars are bloody, but I mean, machine guns and explosions and shit. You would imagine it being a bit more bloodier than it actually was. Oh, there's my commanding officer who I'm supposed to follow. I can't really tell because they don't have fucking subtitles. Although it seems to be they're automatic, so that gripe might be null and void. I don't know what they want me to do though. Follow the sergeant. Okay, I followed you. What do you want me to do now? Watch, he'll tell me I'm not following my orders.
I'm gonna kill you.
Okay. The AI leaves a little bit left to be desired with somebody I gotta follow. That's kind of weird. Maybe it's just a glitch in this one time that I play it. I don't know. I really hope that's not the case, because it seems like this game could be potentially cool. Well, I would follow you if you didn't stand in freaking place the whole time. Oh, you mean I was going the right way after all? Alright. This game is definitely broken, or at least it's glitching. Something's going on. Maybe I need to blow something up. Doesn't get more explosive than a grenade. That's a decent explosion. Alright, what do you want me to do? Maybe if I reload it, it'll function better. If this is the case, this game definitely should have been patched. I don't know if PlayStation charges the developer to patch their games, but they definitely shouldn't. I think this game was long lost and forgot. I mean, when I got this game, I was expecting it to be really clunky. I bought this really shitty Vietnam game. Unless you really have to play it, maybe I'll do a video of it at some point. Like Viet Cong Purple Haze. I'm guessing it might be decent on the PC if you can even still run it anymore. I'm sure there's a way if you have to play it. The mouse and keyboard controls, but there's no sensitivity option or anything for the dual analog sticks. Alright, what am I supposed to do now that I followed this dipshit here? Okay, what is he talking about? Perhaps there's something that I'm supposed to be doing. You just get stuck there. I don't understand what's going on.
I'm gonna kill you.
Come on, game, don't let me down, because I was really looking forward to this once I figured out, or I thought that this game had quality. But if it's gonna fucking stop there for no reason and then fail my mission if I drift off somewhere else, I can't even tell where I've been because there's guns everywhere on the ground. Well, what are my fucking orders? He's just standing there like a fucking idiot. Not exactly sure what he's always shooting at all the time. Alright, so this level's a little bit clunky. Hopefully we won't have to play a lot of these follow me missions in the future. Oops, I almost killed them. I actually don't know if you can kill them or not. Wow, I wish I could run. It's nice that he can. I'm just getting shot at here because I forgot to reload, which is something you really want to do in a situation like this. Must really trust me with this machine gun. This game doesn't have any kind of feedback. Zeros, you gotta shoot airplanes too. Wish I could fly one in this game. Yeah, this must be a pretty old PlayStation 3 game, because it doesn't even support controller feedback, which even like budget titles do. I could have sworn he said zeros. I really can't tell because I have the sound down. What am I shooting down? I don't even know what he's shooting at. Yeah, line up in a fucking line. Makes my job easier. One thing about the games that take place in the Pacific, I usually don't want to trade the American weapons because the Japanese weapons I find aren't all that great. They're usually bolt action rifles and shit. It's not like when you play against the Nazis and you get decent, sometimes better machine guns and rifles. Well, they just kind of wait to get shot, don't they? Unless you stand right in front of them. Come on, let's go. Keep on wanting to push the left analog stick in really bad to try to run. I gotta keep on telling myself it's not gonna happen. Whoa, I get to get on this. Yes, please. Thank you. Bring on the zeros. It looks like a pretend airplane simulator that was made like for a kid or something. They have like one of these at Chuck E. Cheese. Of course it doesn't have actual guns on it. You can't zoom in with this. you don't have tracers, you can't really see where your bullets are hitting. I'm hoping for the best here. Looks like he was on fire a little bit, I guess. They haven't killed me yet, so that's a positive. These guns don't seem to overheat. Very historically accurate. I'm surprised I haven't blown up 1-0 unless they all blew up after they flew by. Come on. He's starting to smoke at least. The trenches are full of them. Okay. Yeah, the game definitely has some flaws in its clunkiness, but to be honest, I could see the potential. I mean, I've only played this for as long as you're watching it, but I see the potential for a good game, although there's a lot of reused assets with the... I've passed like 2 or 3 pickaxes on the side of the building like 3 times. 2 or 3 pickaxes 3 times. I mean, I've seen like 3 pickaxes throughout this level. It's almost like when they did it, they were using like a stamp tool. Just made a maze like with a bare bones like level creator or something. But the mechanics are way better than I anticipated. I know it controls better than, even though that game had its own little decent quirks about it too, that made it fun, although frustrating, was the Shell Shock 2 game. I think that might have been a budget title too. This controls a lot better than that game, which is surprising because I've heard more about Shell Shock than this game. I don't know. This game might end up being terrible, I don't know, but I'm having fun with it so far, and that's all that counts, really. As long as you have fun, it doesn't have to be the best game in the entire world. I do wish the environments were more destructible, but I have that complaint about most games. So when I actually do get indestructible environments, I'm as giddy as a little kid.
The string of Japanese victories
I don't care about the story of the level I just beat. Maybe I will later. Looks like a jungle level. Let's see how this game handles foliage.
Men, our mission is to get to Piathong Village and oversee the last evacuation transport. We're hoping it's going to be quick and easy.
Rescuing some damsels in distress, eh?
You wouldn't know what to do with one anyway.
Both of you, can it? This is serious. This entire island is being overrun by a massive Japanese invasion force. There are thousands of soldiers landing on the northern part of the island, along with heavy sea.
Okay, can you shut up so I can play the mission? Quite a few Japanese. Wonder if they ever released this game in Japan. It'd be like releasing a game here where you played as the Nazis or terrorists or something. Although I guess the Battlefield games, especially the old World War II ones, you could, and I guess Battlefield 1943 you could play as the Japanese, not the Nazis. You could, I think, at Battlefield 1942. One thing I need to check that I didn't pay attention to, does the clip pop out? Yes, it does. And that's actually a big deal, because I've played a couple of World War II shooters. I can think of the one, actually I can think of both of them that don't do it. And they're not very critically acclaimed games, but I could at least find the fun and I can't even think of the name. One's called I think it's like, gosh, you know what, this is bugging me, 1 second. I know what the names are. I just want to make sure I'm saying it right. One's Hour of Victory, which isn't only on the Xbox 360 that I know of. It might be on the PC. I know it's not on the PlayStation 3. And the other one that doesn't have the clip that pops out on the M1, which is disappointing because I think that's a distinctive feature. I mean, they've been doing it ever since Medal of Honor Frontline. The only other game, and it was because they were first making World War II games, is the first Medal of Honor on PlayStation 1. Like the M1 basically was nothing like an actual M1. Like you could reload it after one bullet, and the way they reloaded it was just cocking it back and forth, cocking like the bottom part of the gun back like a shotgun. It was weird. Which is Turning Point, Fall of Liberty. Those two, Turning Point, Fall of Liberty, I actually can find the fun in. I'm having trouble enjoying Hour of Victory, or whatever the hell the game's called. I already forgot the title because I'm getting shot at now. I'll do a video of that, I'm sure, sometime in the future. That's a weird game. You have to pick like 3 people that are good at one thing, even though any particular talent they have isn't really all that great. But as far as this game goes, you know what, if you're an open-minded gamer and you can look over some shit and you have a dry mouth for like World War II shooters and you want something more, and there's not really a lot of World War II shooters out there, you know what, I wouldn't feel too bad about recommending this. And as long as you don't mind repetition, it seems like this game's kind of repetitive. Like you're doing the same thing, the levels are kind of linear. Doesn't seem to be a lot of new stuff. I fail my mission because I'm ranting, but as long as you don't mind things like that and the game's not constantly evolving like a lot of the new Call of Duties and the Battlefield games, where you're getting a tank and you control a tank and you jump on this. I mean, it has a little bit of it like you saw with the machine guns and stuff. But this is surprisingly a good game, especially for a budget title, and this game kind of took me by surprise. I actually look forward to playing more of it. It doesn't do anything spectacular, but it functions. Yeah, the follow me shit was a little bit clunky, but after I got over it, I mean, it's a decent game. I don't know what the Xbox 360 version is. I'm guessing there's an Xbox 360 version. Honestly, today is the first time I actually saw a Battle for the Pacific. I probably have seen it and just didn't pay attention to it because I probably thought it was like, because I've seen the Civil War games and I might have just saw the History Channel logo and walked past it. But this is the first time I realized the History Channel made like a World War II shooter, and it was about the Pacific. So I was like, that's like a front that's not really covered a lot in video games, and it's on the PlayStation 3. So I figured, why not give it a shot? And so far, I mean, it's not mind-blowing or anything, but it might fill your appetite for a World War II game, and I find it fun, and I look forward to playing more of this. Maybe it's horrible later on, I don't know. This is fairly early in the game, so it's not fair to give you a full assessment of whether the game's good or not. But so far, I like what I see and from what I've played. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, please click the thumbs up button, and also feel free to leave a comment, negative or positive. If you decide to leave a negative comment, please make sure that the criticism is constructive. Don't be a dickhead, asshole, whatever derogatory name that insults you most, don't be that. So, yeah, and if you're new to this channel and you like this video, please feel free to subscribe. And if you didn't like this video, there's a bunch of other videos of mine that you can check out and then decide to subscribe. Hopefully you'll decide to, and we'll be BFFs forever, at least online anyway. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys who have supported the channel. Actually, it might be down to 190 or maybe even 70 by now, I don't know, and this might be like a pretty useless comment to make if that's the case, but I just passed 200 subscribers. I know it's not a big deal compared to most people's channel, but it's been a pretty big deal for me because I've really tried to make this channel interesting, and I know my commentary and how I make my videos and everything isn't for everybody, and I fully understand that. I'm kind of shy and bashful, and I kind of get anxious sometimes when I make these videos, and I know the commentary isn't always the best, but I've tried the best I can for what I have, and I thank you so much for all you guys have supported the channel and subscribed to get me to 200 subscribers, and I appreciate it. I don't really know if I'd still be doing this channel if it wasn't for you guys, honestly. Maybe I would be, and I'd watch the videos by myself, but I mean, how sad would that be, you know? I might as well get 15 cats while I'm at it. But anyway, thank you guys so much for the support. I just wanted to thank you guys. I know it's just random to put this at the tail end of the video, but I really do want you guys to know how much I appreciate you and your guys' support and your positive feedback and your comments and stuff like that. So anyway, guys, I will talk to you on the next video, and hopefully the next game I'll play it'll be as fun as this one. Alright guys, thank you, and I will talk to you on the next video. Alright, bye.